focused attention, busy hands, serious young faces, innovative minds, ambitious hearts, aspiring spirit, all belong to these young high school students. The spot that attracted these students, as would nectar to hard-working bees, is Foka Science and Engineering Center. The center is found at Bishoftu town, 45 kilometers east of Addis Ababa in Oromia region of Ethiopia. Along this road to the famous resorts surrounding the lakes of Bishoftu, in the premises of Foka Primary School, is this imposing building that houses 4 laboratories, 1 auditorium, and an office, among others. The corridor is graced with paintings of famous Ethiopian and world scientists and engineers that serve to motivate the young aspirants gathered at the center. Foka Science and Engineering Center was founded in October 2010 at a cost of 15 million birr through fund provided by philanthropist Mr. Mark Gelfand.
It is the brainchild of Mr. Mark Gelfand, the benefactor of our center.
Like many schools throughout Ethiopia, students at Bishoftu Preparatory Secondary School struggle to make tail and head out of abstract concepts. They are fed by their physics, math, chemistry, and other science teachers.
እኔ አሁን ያለሁበት የትምህርት ደረጃ 12ኛ ክፍል እንደመሆን ይመጣል ኤሌክትሮኒክስ በሚለው ርዕስ ውስጥ ተምረናቸዋል። ግን ምንድነው ትምህርቱ ስንል ኖርማሊ በቲዮሪ ብቻ የተደገፈ ምንም አይነት ማለት እኔ ለምሳሌ ኤልኢዲ እንዳላቃለሁ ግን ኤልኢዲ ምን አይነት ነው ትለኝ አላቅም ነበር። ምክንያቱም በፕራክቲካሊ ታገዝ አይደለም የምንማረው ትምህርት። በእርግጥ ብዙ አለ ላብራቶሪ አለ፣ ግን ላብራቶሪ ለተማሪዎች ብቻ አይደለም ገብተን የምንጠቀምበት አይደለም። ስለዚህ የምንማረው መጽሐፍ ላይ በተጻፈውና አስተማሪ በሚነግረን ብቻ ነው ተምረን እዚህ ደረስነው።
ማወቅ የሚገባን ነገሮች አሉ። እነዛም
The center was launched with the objective of filling these gaps created as a result of mainly theory-based education of Ethiopian schools. It is aimed at a game-changer efforts in theory-based education. This cause was so noble that it soon found receptive ears with the authorities at Bishoftu.
When we came here, the school was in a very sad situation. So he got in touch with, there is a Dutch firm here which works in the area of construction and furniture production. So he contracted them to put up this center on his behalf. And he also contracted them to demolish the school building and put up a new one.
Taking one of the most experienced science and math educators in the country on board, Mr. Mark then moved on a sense of urgency to make the center ready for use.
Within that 6 months, I recruited the experts, I procured the items, I put up the center and trained the staff as well.
Once established, the center went on to organize its activities in 3 major phases. First,
we had to put up a laboratory where different activities can be handled, such as laboratory sessions, project work, science competition. These are the major core activities of the Science Center. These cannot be handled at one go, so we have to put down milestones. The first 2 years we are mainly engaged in handling laboratory sessions. These laboratory sessions were organized for the various grade levels, grade 7 and 8, grade 9 and 10, grade 11 and 12. So we spent about 2 years period. On an hourly basis, we were providing for each session 100 hours. Each year we took about 3 rounds of students. So 300 hours were committed to practical activity. And summer sessions, or locally speaking, during the current time, we take in senior secondary schools. We have clocked about 100 hours, 300 hours, 600 hours.
Unlike child's attractive charges, this is a method of friction.
Almost all the teachers at the center are former master technicians of Ethiopian Air Force, coming with wealth of experience and knowledge. It is no wonder they made these labs fully functional in no time. Their teaching method employs a very good mix of theory and hands-on activities, designed to demonstrate the varied and practical elements of science and engineering. This creates excitement among the students, helping the teachers effectively impart knowledge to the enthusiastic students. The students are here not by chance, but through merit. They had to pass through rigorous screening mechanisms in which the technical management body of the center is actively engaged.
So what we do as a procedure is we post an announcement in every school. We also point out the criteria for applying. This time we invited the students who ranked 1 to 5 for male students and 1 to 10 for female students. They have also to score 75 and above in the field of mathematics and physics.
Master Takle is optics teacher at the center. What he and his colleagues strive to do at the center is trigger marvel among the students.
This is inclined plane designed to show students to be interested in science. This is a simple material, but it is against the gravitational. And the students knows only that when a stone is thrown up, stone comes down. And always the inclined plane shows the flow of in the downward position, but this is in the opposite direction. So the kids understand this and to question why this happened, and to in the channel of science, to push and to be interested in science.
Such wonder and curiosity created in the mind of the student by the practical teaching method made 12th grader Eyoel from Bishoftu Preparatory High School to finally land on his novel findings, this keyless door locker.
In this summer project, I did a keyless door lock, and it's basically a locker which do not use key, but in fact uses code or password to get access to our home. So it uses certain components such as registers, switches, wires, printed circuits, breadboards, Arduino most importantly. It's Arduino Uno, a potentiometers, servo, and an old locker which is made of steel. So basically its main aim is to lock doors. It can be applied for windows, it can be applied for doors for garages. It has many applications, but its main aim is just to lock. This is just a very reliable device. It uses infrared distance sensor to be activated. It uses 4 switches as a matter of fact, but it takes 16 characters, which is 4 for each switch.
The scientific thinking in the center motivated some of the students to innovate solutions to problems they see in their surroundings.
በጣም ብዙ መኪናዎች እየተገፉ ሲነሱ ያለ ያ ማለት ምንድነው? የባትሪያቸውን ስቴት ቀደም ብለው ስለማያውቁት ነው። ማንኛውም ቦታ ላይ አቁመው ትሄዱና ከዛ በኋላ በሰው ብርታት ወይ ደግሞ ሰው ከሌለ በራሳቸው ብርታት በጣም ለመጥፋትና ለማስነሳት የሚጣጣሩትን ነገር በጣም አያለ። ግን ያ ነገር ፕራክቲካሊ የባትሪ ችግር ነው የሚለውን ባቀም ባትሪውን ችግር እንዴት መቅረፍ ይቻላል የሚለው በደንብ አላሰብኩበትም ነበር። ግን እዚህ ጋር መጥቼ በመስራቴና ይህንን ነገር መፍጠር በመቻሌ ነገር እዛ ጋር የሚገፋውን ነገር ማቆም ይቻላል ማለት ነው።
እዚህ ጋር የምትመለከቱት መኪኖች ቆመዋል ማለት ነው። እዚህ ጋር ደግሞ
When the traffic light signals for pedestrians to cross the road, it means our visually challenged brothers and sisters can cross the road. It's now on yellow light. When the green light appears, this sound stops. Here you go. It has stopped now. On the other hand, pedestrians who can see will notice the pass sign.
Foka Science Engineering Center had helped me in many ways because before this time I can't make a circuit with components, but now I can make, and other stuffs I can make because of that. This center had helped me. Before making this circuit, my circuit diagram was this one. This is a simple radio receiver's circuit diagram.
The first phase has equipped the students with an audacity to do things on their own. The second milestone sets the stage for project work, which will help them explore more, innovate more. The activity involves a guided project with a developed circuit diagram.
The second milestone is to progress to project work, to engage students on problem-solving activities. This is the primary task of the center. So we took in students from secondary schools, and this activity was handled last year during summer. We took about 40 students. Our screening process is very strict. We take in capable students.
The center's different components are integrated, and at the heart of this integration is the IT lab.
This science center is composition of two things mainly. The first one is the IT, and the second one is the physics part. And from this physics part there is electronics, optics, and mechanics.
This integration allows interdisciplinary approaches and cohesion among the departments.
When we do our projects, all of the departments, they support each other. If you take IT, they do the microcontroller programming part. So before they do the microcontroller part, they have to know how to construct the basic simple circuits. So they go to the electronics department and they take the basic circuit development, how to solder, how to read circuits, and everything about the electronics. So when they come to the computer department, they study how to program stuff. So through that process, they already have the background of the electronics, so they will not suffer on how to develop the circuit. So they will get the knowledge on the computer department how to program. So by integrating these two things, they can develop something that can solve problems in their world.
Though these students are novice to many of the high-tech gadgets here, their reception capacity is exceptionally quick.
The very surprising thing, most of the students when they came here, the first day they say wow, then after they attend the first 2 or 3 class, they are familiar with the stuff. They do have the theoretical background. What they need is someone to show them how to do it.
All all the preparations are geared toward the big day, the engineering fair and competition. This third phase of the program is due in few days. Here is where the students become engaged in the basic features of engineering, designing, measuring, cutting, and constructing. This is where the real challenge unfolds, and where the mind and physics come into play as students compete to bring about the best within them.
They are expected to produce 3 masterpieces: a report, a prototype or an exhibit, and a display board. Moreover, they have to be able to present it. They have to be able to sell their ideas. The exhibit that they have produced has to be marketable, not in a commercial term. So this is what is expected of them. This is a new input in the education system.
ይህን ፕሮጀክት የሰራ ነው ለሁለት ሆነን ነው እና የፕሮጀክቱ ስም ስማርት ስዊቸር ይባላል። ስማርት ስዊቸር ያለበት ምክንያት ሁለት የፓወር ሶርሶችን ማለትም ጄነሬተር እና ኤልፓን በምንፈልግበት ጊዜ እንዲያበራና እንዲያጠፋ አድርገን ነው።
ኤስኤምኤስ ሪሞት ኮንትሮል ሲስተም ሆም ኤሌክትሪሲቲ አፕላያንስ ይሆናል ማለት ነው። ዋና ርዕሱ የሚሰራው ያው በኤስኤምኤስ የሚላኩ አንዳንድ እቃዎችን ኦን ወይም ኦፍ የማድረግ እንትን ነው። ከየትኛውም ቦታ ላይ ሆኖ ይሰራል። ምድር ላይ እስከሆነ ድረስ ከየትኛውም ቦታ ላይ ሜሴጆችን ተቀብሎ የታዘዘውን ነገር መስራት ይችላል።
Foka Science and Engineering Center has set the tone for other sister institutions across the country. The importance of the science and engineering competition is, therefore, to add value of translating theory into practice with a healthy competition among these talented students with the aim of bringing the best out of them.
So this center, through the science fair competition, is introducing new elements which are very crucial to beef up our expectation in producing top-notch engineers and scientists.
In the run-up to the fair, which came on 19 September, the students were charged with excitement because they had a lot to show.
Participants of the engineering fair competition and participants...
The day of the science and engineering competition was a big success.
One final statement which I would like to make with regard to the engineering fair competition is that it has served as the acid test for the slogan, "Inside every child there is a scientist."
For the guests who came to the fair, including the benefactor of the center, Mr. Mark Gelfand, what they saw was beyond their wildest expectations.
The first STEM center, and really impressive. The projects, the science fair. I mean, I'm not a science person, and I think these kids, they came up with these ideas. It's fantastic, really good. Everyone should be proud.
The students have delivered their work. The judges have given their evaluation. The crowning moment of the day was when awards were given to those who excelled in the competition.
The government of Ethiopia has established, in fact, 10 institutes of technologies in 10 universities, and is implementing 70-30 entry into universities, in which 70% of them join science and technology. So these STEM centers, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics centers contribute towards inculcating young, dedicated, talented students that can join science, technology, and engineering institutes, the IoTs. So here is the link between the STEM centers, the universities, and the bid to transform the economy from agricultural-led economy into industrial-led economy.
The importance of the engineering competition is articulated in such a manner.
The engineering fair competition, which is regarded as the epitome of all other programs, is undertaken by Foka to pilot the program and develop all instruments that are required for the conduct of similar activity in other STEM centers. Recognizing the significance of such a move, Calamino STEM Center has already taken the initiative by sending a team of experts to Foka who have been following every move made in the process. Though Foka has conducted various programs during the last 4 years, none of them could produce the effect produced by the competition. Simply stated, it has unleashed the scientists within them.
We have strengthened our basic concepts of electronics and computer engineering, both in theory and in application. Besides gaining scientific knowledge, our stay in the center has helped us to know each other and one another, to work in groups, to learn from group members, to pass our holidays in a very valuable and interesting place. The contribution that Mr. Mark, the founder of Foka Science and Engineering Center, makes it very exemplary and should be appreciated. We hope that other similar donors and investors will follow Mr. Mark's ideas to help construct additional science and engineering centers, not only at the Rosette, but also in other cities of the country.
That is the can-do message from these students at Foka, not only to the millions of their fellow Ethiopian students, but also to the world.
Now we have an incredible story to tell. The idea was never to show people we needed to establish a beachhead. We were focused on getting the center built, not showing the world. Let's build them. Build them first, make them work, and then we can always tell the story. So now we're about to change telling the story. It's an incredible story. I invite people from all over the world to see this. You're not going to believe it. It's not what you're expecting. A young student given the chance, such as we do in the Science and Engineering Centers all over Ethiopia, and now in the schools and all they can do wondrous things, just given the chance. It's all they need is that shoulder to stand on. And I was just lucky that I was in a position to just do this. But this has been my dream.
Every time I think about this man, Mr. Mark Gelfand, I lack words, but he has helped lots of even my friends who are interested in HTML, now in C++, opening such center in Ethiopia or basically in Africa is very important because it helps students to know well or to widen their knowledge about electronics and computer engineering. So I would like to extend my regards to Mr. Mark Gelfand.
We can say that he's a STEM father for Ethiopia. He's really a STEM father. He's really pushing the students to take out the scientists what they have inside them.
As these aspiring scientists and engineers at Foka set their eyes at university, they had been exposed to a series of challenges of a real-world nature, where they had to stretch themselves beyond their normal set of skill and experience. As a nucleus of excellence, the center is achieving what it set out to do, shedding off the phobia for hands-on experiments and giving wings to the dreams of young talents.